Everyone loves barbecue chicken in the summer. It seems like it should be such an easy dish to make. But how often do you get chicken that's blackened on the outside, yet still raw on the inside near the bone? There's a few common mistakes that cause that. In this video, I'll show you how to avoid those pitfalls and get the perfect barbecue chicken every time. One of the most important things to remember is to save the sauce for the end. Most barbecue sauces are made with quite a bit of sugar, so putting it on the chicken early means burned chicken. So while I have my sauce here, I'm going to save it until later. But to infuse the chicken early on with some smoky barbecue flavor, I'm going to use a spice rub. Now I've got my chicken here, and I just want to trim it of any excess skin and fat. So now I'm going to sprinkle the spice rub all over both sides of my chicken. You'll notice I'm using drumsticks and thighs. They have more fat than the breast meat, so they won't get as dry on the grill. All right, now that my chicken's all seasoned up, we're ready to start our fire. You can make this recipe in either a charcoal or a gas grill. For charcoal, light a chimney starter full of lump charcoal and let them burn until the edges are ashy and the coals are glowing, about 15 minutes or so. Now you want to dump your coals into the grill, carefully, and using tongs, spread them so they cover half of the grill. This is going to create a hot zone over the coals and a cool zone. Now cover your grill and let it sit until the coals burn down to about 350 degrees. If your grill doesn't have a built-in thermometer, you can drop a heat-proof thermometer through the air vent. If you're using a gas grill, it's easy to create the same hot and cool zones. Just heat the grill with all burners on high for about 20 minutes. Then turn off all but one burner. Your hot zone will be over that burner and your cool zone will be over the rest. Adjust that burner so that the overall grill temperature stays between 300 and 350 degrees. Okay, so now that my fire is at the right temperature, it's time to add some smoke. Here we have some hickory wood chips that we've been soaking in water for about half an hour. Add them directly on top of the coals. Cover the grill and let that smoke build up. If you're using a gas grill, you could add your chips to your grill's smoker box. If you don't have a smoker box, you could put the chips inside of aluminum foil, make a packet, and poke holes in it to let the smoke come out. Now that the smoke is coming out of our grill, we want to put our chicken on. You want to place it on the opposite side of the coals, so on our cool zone. This will prevent flare-ups, which are caused when the chicken fat drips onto the coals. The chicken will also cook more slowly on this side, so it can cook all the way through before it starts to burn on the outside. We'll leave this chicken here for about 45 minutes. If the temperature drops below 300 degrees, scatter some unlit coals right on top of the burning ones to bring the temperature back up. Now that the chicken's almost done, we're going to move it onto the hot zone to brown and crisp up the skin. I'm going to keep the grill uncovered because we're still going to get some flare-ups at this point. So we want to move things around so that we don't get charring on any one spot in particular. After 4 or 5 minutes, move the chicken back to the cool side of the grill. And now it's finally time for the sauce. I'm just going to brush a thin layer on all the pieces. Now I'm going to cover the grill again and continue cooking for another 10 to 15 minutes. Every few minutes I'll come back and brush on a couple more layers of the sauce. All these thin layers will build up a nice sticky glaze. Check that your chicken is done by inserting an instant read thermometer in the thickest part. You want it to read 170 degrees. You'll probably find that the drumsticks take a little longer than the thighs. There you have it, classic barbecue chicken. It's smoky, sticky, sweet, and perfectly cooked all the way through.